Ailbhe, and this is my sister Izzy, and we're the founders of Izzy Wheels. Izzy Wheels is a range of stylish wheel covers for wheelchairs, which allow a wheelchair user to express their individuality and their personality. So we collaborate with artists all over the world to create these wheel covers, and we're now selling in 35 countries around the world.
I'm Izzy, and my job in Izzy Wheels is to be the brand ambassador. So I connect wheelchair users from all over the world who share a really positive relationship with their medical devices, like I do, and it's a really, really fun job.
Hi everyone, I'm Ailbhe, and I'm the creative director and the founder of Izzy Wheels. And this is my sister Izzy, who's our brand ambassador. So I'm going to talk about the kind of journey and where the idea for Izzy Wheels came from. And then Izzy is going to talk about her role as brand ambassador. So the idea for Izzy Wheels came about because self-expression is a human right. And if you're a wheelchair user, your wheelchair becomes the first thing that people notice about you. But that's not a reflection of you or your personality. So this is Izzy when she was younger. Izzy was born with spina bifida, which means she's paralysed from her waist down. And growing up, Izzy found it really frustrating and upsetting that there was nothing available for her to personalise her wheelchair. We've always been very colourful and bubbly people, but Izzy's wheelchair didn't reflect this. So that's where the idea for decorating Izzy's wheels came from. So even when Izzy was a little girl, one of our favourite things to do was to decorate Izzy's wheels. And if it was a special occasion coming up, like Christmas or a party, then one of our favourite things to do was to plan what Izzy's wheels are going to look like. And when Izzy had decorated wheels on, people would say, "Oh, I love your wheels." And suddenly it would open up a really positive conversation about her wheelchair. And it allowed people to ask questions and to draw attention to it. Because the wheelchair is a very noticeable thing, so why not talk about it? So right now, wheelchairs look the same as they have for 100 years. And people have very negative associations with wheelchairs. And when you say, what do you think of when you think of a wheelchair? A lot of people think of sick people or elderly people, but that really needs to change, because that's not how a wheelchair user feels about their wheelchair. So that's where the idea for Izzy Wheels came from. I studied visual communications in NCAD, and in my final year, I had 9 months of a self-directed brief, so I could do whatever I wanted. And I knew straight away that I wanted to dedicate those 9 months to creating something for wheelchairs, to make them into something positive and something friendly. And that's where the idea for Izzy Wheels came from. And we came up with the tagline, "If you can't stand up, stand out." And everything we did became about standing out. So I designed the first range of wheel covers, and then we started working with other artists from around the world. So to date now we're working actually with our 50th artist now. We've worked with a mixture of different fashion designers, illustrators, graffiti artists, to really transform a wheelchair into a piece of fashion and a piece of self-expression. So we've worked with James Early, Oak Art, Kitty McCall, Super Mundane, and a whole range of other kind of designers. The benefits of Izzy Wheels are that they satisfy a new set of needs for a wheelchair user. Psychologically and emotionally, they give you a huge confidence boost. The designs are superior than you'll find anywhere else because they're created by artists and not by hospitals. And they allow users to customize their appearance and make a really positive statement about themselves. We have 3 types of spokespeople. A child who's been born with a physical disability, who has always been a wheelchair user and who will always be a wheelchair user. Someone who's been involved in an accident. So if you've always been someone stylish, and that's your sense of identity, then you don't want to lose that now that you're a wheelchair user. And also sports teams. And sports teams are great for us because we can put a team's branding on their wheels. And it's great because one order equals many orders. We're also really, really excited to be in talks now as well with the Paralympics. So Tokyo 2020 will be the biggest gathering of wheelchair users in the world, and we're going to be there. So what people don't realise is that it's actually a really big market, and there's an estimated 67 million wheelchair users in the world. And that's 14.5 million in Europe and the US alone. And that's a total addressable market of $3 to $5 billion. So how we actually get our product to market and how we get people to know about our product is through teaming up with wheelchair manufacturers. So when you buy your wheelchair, you go through an occupational therapist, and we make Izzy Wheels part of the package when you go to order a wheelchair. We work really closely with disability organisations. So in Ireland, we work with Enable Ireland, the Irish Wheelchair Association, and SPHI. So we work really closely with them, and every collection we put together, we donate a % of all the sales to different disability organisations. We work really closely with them when we're launching the products, and it's a really good way to get to know the community of customers as well. Sports teams, Paralympics, and we found a really unique digital route to market. So we've had viral videos. We had one video that got 2 million views in a day and 16 million views in a week. We were the first Irish people to ever be asked to take over Instagram's official story. So that had a reach of 250 million people. And we've also, something that's been super important to us is to be in media publications and fashion publications, ones that people who aren't wheelchair users, they want to read. And for a wheelchair user or anybody of diversity, when you look at a magazine or these publications, you want to be able to relate to the people that you see. And for a wheelchair user, if they're mentioned in these publications, often it's not for a positive reason. And it's kind of like a sad story, whereas we want people of diversity and people who use mobility aids to be in these publications, but for it to be in a fashionable way. So we've been top story in TechCrunch, Cosmopolitan, we've been in British Vogue, we were invited to the headquarters of Teen Vogue in New York, and this year we made Forbes 30 Under 30. So we do have competitors, like every business, but the difference between our product and their product is that the wheel covers that are available on the market are permanent fixtures. So they're actually built into the wheels of the wheelchair, so once you put them on, you can't get them off. So you're stuck looking at the same design for the next 5 years, and that's really annoying. It'd be like wearing the same pair of shoes or the same coat for 5 years, which no one would want to do. They're only designed for children, so they're kind of clip art designs, and they're not fashionable. They're designed by hospitals, so they're seen as a medical device. And the designs are stuck on with stickers on the plastic, so very quickly they become peeled and faded. We've got copyright over all of our designs. We've got powerful branding in that we're a creative-led business. Our designs are really easy to put on, and you can pop them on with Velcro, so you can take them on and off really easily to go with different outfits. They're works of art because they are, like I said, they're created by artists. We're creating matching accessories, so the wheel covers are our first product. But we're also working on a whole range of other accessories so you can complete the look. And we're also working on our digital platform. So Bespoke will be Izzy Wheels' platform where you can choose from a range of prints and colours and create your own design. So Steve O'Hare from TechCrunch described it as Nike ID for wheelchair users. We're live and generating revenue. A pair of Izzy Wheels is €129, so it's the same price as a new nice coat or a good bag. We're selling in 35 countries around the world. 60% of our sales are coming from the States, and we're not a once-off purchase. So people are coming back and updating their wheel wardrobe as they would their clothes wardrobe. So Izzy Wheels kind of grew faster than we ever could have imagined or prepared for, and especially when things went viral. So we really had to try to think about what's the best way to market this and to keep up with this and what feels right to the brand, because this whole brand came from something that really meant a lot to us, and everything that we do with our brand is authentic in our morals and why we set this up, and that was to allow wheelchair users to express themselves in a positive way. So we sell purely online. We're an e-commerce store, and we're lucky in that the fact that we are quite a bit younger than a lot of founders is we really understand social media, and we've used that to our advantage. But what a lot of e-commerce stores do is they endorse celebrities to say, you know, I love this product, blah, blah, blah. And for us, it didn't feel right to endorse people to say they loved the product because we knew people did love the product. And also, the area that we're in, and the disability space, it's not really your typical kind of influencer kind of scene. So we were thinking, what's the best way to market this that feels right to us? And that's when we came up with the idea for spokespeople. So because we have wheelchair users, we have customers in 35 countries, there's huge diversity in the people that actually use our wheel covers. And me and Izzy, we're sisters, we're one story. And every single person who buys a pair of our wheel covers, who wears them, they have their own story. And they're from their own country, and they've got their own style. So rather than it just being us telling our story, we let the spokespeople tell their stories. So every week we have a spokesperson of the week, and we share their story with our followers. And it's a really genuine way of people seeing how much people like the product. And it feels right it feels totally right and fitting with our brand. Something that people often ask us is, what's your favorite wheel cover? And it's really hard because every wheel cover that we have has its own story, and we have our own memories associated with each wheel. But the wheel down here in the bottom right, this was a really funny one. So a woman wrote to us, and she showed us, sent us a photo of a tattoo in her hand. And she was like, this is my tattoo. I really want to put it on my wheels. I've got a dance competition coming up. And we were like, okay, cool. So we did that, and then she ended up going on to win a gold medal for Spain. She was a parapoler. So she's actually paralyzed from her waist down, and she's able to get up on a pole and do the most amazing things. So you should look her up. Her name is Erin Clark. She's unreal. So that's kind of the bulk of the business side of things. Something I really wanted to mention was we never saw ourselves as business people in college. I studied graphic design and art, and I always saw myself as an artist. I didn't like business. I thought I was really bad at business, and I dropped it in junior cert, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to need that again. And then I realized that I actually did, and I actually wasn't bad at business. I just had the wrong idea of what it meant, what business was in my head. So I went down a creative path in terms of what I chose to do in college, but every big designer that I could think of was actually really good at business. And it's so important to, I suppose, to just be aware of that. And when I finished college, because I thought that, I knew this was a really good idea, but I didn't think I was going to be able, anything could come from it, because I had that doubt in myself that I'm not good at business. And there was people at the beginning who were like, oh, this will never work, someone will copy you, or you don't have the business skills to do it. But I just proceeded anyways, and Ireland is actually such a good place to set up a business, especially if you're young. You have a huge advantage, because most young people aren't setting up their own businesses. But in Ireland, you've got the likes of Enterprise Ireland, the local enterprise office, and they've got all these amazing supports for people who do have big ideas. And all you have to do is just believe in yourself and work hard, because success does not happen unless you really work hard. And if you do, then there is amazing supports in Ireland for it, with funding and office spaces, and Ireland is really cool for startups at the moment, and it's a really exciting place to be. Now, I've talked loads, so I'm going to hand over to Izzy now, and she's going to tell you about her role as brand ambassador in Izzy Wheels. Oh, thank you for listening.
So I'm the brand ambassador of Izzy Wheels. So, as Ailbhe sort of alluded to, she's the business head. I'm not that. My role is to connect wheelchair users from around the world, to one another. So, growing up, I always thought that my positive relationship with my wheelchair was really unique, and I kind of prided myself on it. But something that I realised as soon as Izzy Wheels was even a college project, that people from all over the world have a really similar relationship with their mobility devices as I do, and that obviously made me so happy. But so now I'm able to be, I suppose, I'm the one of the faces of the brand. So I'm kind of for people who don't necessarily have that positive of a relationship with their wheelchairs at the moment. I suppose it gives them that little boost to like it a little bit more, and then also to for people who already love their wheelchairs to realise that they're not alone and that it's okay to love their wheelchairs because it's part of who they are, and nobody should tell them like that it's wrong to love something that helps you so much. And yeah, so when we launch new designs, I'm really lucky in that I get to be the first one to model them and to show them off. So I have a wheel wardrobe to go along with my clothes wardrobe. So to begin with, I was getting I wanted my wheels to go along with my outfits, but now I have so many wheels that I'm getting outfits to go along with the wheels. So it's a very good complaint.
Yeah, and if anyone has any questions, anything, we know what it's like at the beginning. If you do have an idea, and we're always here to help. If anyone ever has any questions, or you can reach out to us online. So you can get us on Instagram, you can give us a follow, on Twitter or on Facebook. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.